thinking they have the world figured out to the T. I speak to so many men, I'm like, bro, you need to tweak this, you need to do that.
Y'all think before he started recording this video, he told her like, once I hit play, you know, just rub on my shoulders and just keep going the whole time. Make sensual eye contact with the camera.
And that's why you don't have results. So you need to drop your ego and switch your mind.
She don't even know what he's saying for real. She just smiling and looking pretty in the back, bro. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy 40 Shams. Today we're gonna be reacting to fake alpha male caught lying about his entire life to scam millions.
So I wanted to do a little digging and see. And there's this penthouse that this Vincent is always bragging about. Every one of his videos is about this penthouse, right?
See what?
In Miami on the top floor, right? I wanted to see, you know, does he own it? Does he rent it? What's the story? Because he tries to make everybody believe that he owns this thing, right?
We beat the system. Now I keep $1 million in there. I get another $1 million. I buy a real estate property for $4 million. We're f***ing balling.
So there's a new asshole.
Damn, and yeah, bro, after I leave my private jet, I just go straight into my chauffeured Bentley and I go straight to my $50 million mansion.
Town. This giraffe-looking piece of shit with pubic hair on his fucking head. I'm looking at him, I'm like, what's wrong with this asshole? But like all the others, he's from Miami. He drives around the same
why is dude talking like that?
block on Brickell over and over and over with that pubic hair of his flying in the wind because he thinks people need to look at it. Nobody wants to see that shit. He even has a sharmuta by his side, right? From Russia. He says it's his Russian model from Instagram, right? But we all know he ordered that shit in the fucking mail.
You want to know the real reason why I'm successful, bro? It's not because I'm extremely intelligent with a genius level IQ. It's not because I'm unusually tall, sexy, and handsome. It's because I'm delusionally optimistic.
And if you think about it, right, if you look at him, if Peggy Watson and the 7-foot monster had a love child, that would be this asshole, because this asshole, right, look at him coming out.
This shit is for sure rented, bro. This screams rental, because who's gonna own this type of car and not get some sort of design or get something to like at least make it stand out? I'm not saying like people don't go with white or like a black, you know, basic colors, but most of the time, if you really got it like that, you're not gonna go with this simple ass freaking plain white. And I don't see any reason for like a person that young to be getting a Rolls Royce. That's like an old head type of car, bruh.
Out of the car looking like that tall giraffe he is. He is actually 7 foot tall with that pubic hair dangling around everywhere. But everyone's been wondering, is his life a lie? How is this 22-year-old kid a millionaire by selling programs to kids? I mean, look, we know how all these guys do it. They do everything for show. Their life is rented. Their life is a lie. So I wanted to take a little bit closer of a look into this asshole. And this is what I found.
You guys need to understand that to some degree life is materialistic, right? It's always broke people judging rich people. They're always like, oh, well, I don't need a penthouse. I live in a box.
The girl giving him a massage.
I have a Honda. You can't get a hypercar. And for that reason, you're hating, right? But to some degree, the results in
this dude is doing everything in his power to try to look alpha, bro.
Your life reflect that you have the blueprint figured out. Right? If I was telling you guys all this shit, but I didn't have a penthouse, I didn't have a Russian model rubbing my shoulders, I don't have 4 million in cars, what's the validity to my statements? There is none.
So when I first saw this asshole, you guys remember one of the greatest movies ever, Coming to America, right? I remember it as a kid. Remember that one asshole, the real asshole, Daryl, who was full of himself, looking at himself in the mirror, thinking he's the shit, pretending he's this good guy, but in actuality, he was a piece of shit asshole. Well, when I first saw Vincent Fisher and how he's acting with that hairdo of his, I was like, this guy Daryl must have been his idol.
Right? It's very hard to die or go broke if you look like money. Might just seduce somebody, get a goddamn meal, you know what I'm saying? Might just,
Mind you, he has like a 99% male audience, bro.
Go into Fry's, wink at the goddamn waitress. Hey, on the house.
I mean, look at the way he was looking at himself, right? Saying he's so handsome, saying he's so good looking, right? But then that Russian sharmuta of his, Look how he treats her, the same way as that asshole Daryl was trying to treat the girls.
Yes, where I'm from, we have to be very aggressive. I'm all for that. Especially with women.
If I was telling you guys all this shit, but I didn't have a penthouse, I didn't have a Russian model rubbing my shoulders, I don't have 4 million in cars.
Take charge. Tell them what to do.
Vincent Fisher, the best man of the world. Yes, yes.
So let's go back a little. This asshole Vinny, he was 17 years old, right? He was a kid. He was skinny as hell, right? So he wanted to get bigger. And he admits here, I'm going to show you in a moment, that he took steroids because people are wondering. You see this guy on camera. You think he's 35 years old. There's no way this asshole is
Taking steroids not even 25 yet is insane, bro. He probably could have got similar gains with just being dedicated and disciplined.
22, right? Especially when you see how he was just a few years ago. Well, he was selling programs to kids on that transformation, but he didn't tell them, of course, that he was taking steroids.
So with that, so you say you were natty at first. Did you ever experimented or wanted to experiment with like any enhancements?
Yeah. Like after I moved to Miami and stuff like that, play around with stuff. I guess I'm not involved with all and stuff. Anyways, I got up to like 220 during that time. But what happened was I had health issues. And then on top of that, my psychological wasn't on point, where I'm like crashing out and I'm like started arguments. I wasn't being the stoic
Simple answer, he hopped on trend or steroids and then he started basically having steroid rage.
person I am. And then I kind of removed myself from that. That's another reason, I've never said this on camera, but that's why I stopped strict reselling fitness programs.
And I always say, when you're a kid and you take shit like this, it's going to age you prematurely. It's going to make you look 10, 15 years, if not more, older than what you're supposed to be. So I always say kids should stay away from the shit. And you saw how he was saying he had health problems and he had to stop. Well, what happened? His business that he was teaching the kids this shit had to stop too, because he was gonna shrink up like a little bitch and he knew nobody would buy the shit, right? So he had another bright idea. The same one as all the rest of these assholes. He's gonna sell people programs on how to coach people to be coaches. It's like a modern day pyramid scheme, right? Without having to go door to door like a little Sharmuta Mary Kay. You guys remember her? It's the same shit.
I coach coaches who coach coaches. Like that's what I do. But I'm not gonna lie about it. I'm not gonna say buy my course instead. I'm gonna say, listen, the numbers are there. Obviously, I'm good at what I do. People go, oh, well, you're a scammer. I mean, if I teach you how to go viral and I teach you how to make money and I happen to be viral and make money, that's living.
Do we have any evidence of like successful students that he has? People who actually implemented his course and seen success, like drastic success? That's what I want to see.
Proof that I know to some degree what I'm talking about.
But in order for his plan to work, right, he has to show that he's making money. He's got the Sharmuta on his side. He lives in a penthouse. He's got Lamborghinis, Rolls Royces, all these cars, right? So he had to find a way to get this shit in order to sell these programs.
We're buying a $3.5 million hypercar at 22 years old. Now, I just sent the wire out this morning, so we're gonna run a few errands and go pick that up. But in the meantime, I don't know if I've ever shown the penthouse on the channel, but you guys can see here, this the spot we got in. And boys, when I say penthouse, I don't mean 40 the floor. When I say penthouse, I mean it's 2 stories and there's absolutely nothing above us if you guys take a look outside. Yes, sir.
So I wanted to do a little digging and see. And there's this penthouse that this Vincent is always bragging about. Every one of his videos is about this penthouse, right? In Miami on the top floor, right? I wanted to see, does he own it? Does he rent it? What's the story? Because he tries to make everybody believe that he owns this thing, right?
We fucking beat the system. Now I keep $1 million in there, I get another $1 million, I buy a real estate property for $4 million. We're fucking balling. Fuck, I wake up in my 2-story penthouse and decide which $500,000 car to drive. No, I have no boss. Nobody tells me what.
Bro, he literally keeps repeating the same buzzwords, bruh. 2-story penthouse, multiple $1 million car, Russian baddie. Like his 3 favorite phrases, bruh.
To do. And I'm like, fuck.
So I went and I got the address for the place and I looked it up and I found an old Zillow listing, right? But something was very interesting in this Zillow listing. If you guys take a look here at all these pictures, notice something. Look at the decorations, look at the furniture, look at everything. It's the exact same setup, right? That this asshole's using when he's filming his videos, but this listing is years old. So what's the story of it? So I took it even further. I went to the tax website on the address of the house, and lo and behold, he's not the owner of it, right? I went and looked up the MLS, and it says that it was rented last October, right? And if you look here, I'm going to show his posting on Instagram. The day he moved in, he was posting it and flaunting it on Instagram like he owns it. Now, this is the thing. I can't see the name of who actually rented it. For all we know, it's rented out for movie shoots, photo shoots, pictures, because I spoke to the neighbors there. And they said they only see him there once in a while. So what's the real story? We don't know. But we do know that the assholes rent.
Bro, it's because he's too busy traveling the world, bro, in his private PJ that he for sure owns.
In the place. So that got me thinking. I'm like, if he's renting this place pretending he's owning it, right? What about that Russian Sharmuta over there? Who says he didn't order that shit in the mail? What about all those cars he drives, right? The cars he drives are from that same shady place other influencers get their cars from. Remember Wes when he was in the car arguing about not having a title and registration? That was bought from this same place. But I mean, a kid, 22 years old, you know, driving around now, he's saying,
no, honestly, bro, these influencers are all running the same play. And at this point, if you're falling for this shit, bro, you deserve it, low-key, bro. Because how gullible can you be?
$3.5 million car, getting it from that same shady place. So I knew some shady shit is going on, and that got me thinking, all right? This kid still has to have money in order to pull this shit off, right? I remember when he spoke about something, he said, you know, I knew in life that I was going to be successful, whether it was going to be being a criminal or not being a criminal, but he was going to find a way.
Like the thing is, I was either going to end up ridiculously rich with the right thing or ridiculously rich a criminal. Just because that's how my mind works.
He also was saying how much he loves debt, right? And how he found creative ways to get money and use money to purchase things that wasn't his own.
I love debt, and I think that's why America is the place that people move to go 0 to 100, because you have access to other people's money. There's nowhere else in the world where you have as easy access to other people's money as the US. The US is trillions in debt already. Yeah. I'd always go over using other people's money over my own. Even when I'm at the highest branches of US banks, right? When I'm at, you know, the banks and they deal with bigger amounts of money that's moving through accounts, you're talking to a different staff. But, you know, I'll speak to these people and they'll say the same thing. They'll go, Vince, none of the wealthy families we work with use their own money. A lot of them use like life insurance policies to not use their own money. Yep. A lot of them will just take out loans and stuff to not use their own money. But as a rule of thumb, why would you use your own money when you could use somebody else's?
So when I put all...
Why would you spend your time, money, and hard work to coach other people on how to make money if you already have so much of it? So you're telling me you'd rather take these phone calls with these young men and sometimes old men who don't have their shit together, they're looking for advice instead of being in the Bahamas? Because you just care so much about their well-being and their bank accounts? Like, what are we talking about right now, bro? No one who actually cracked a method for wealth is actually going to share it with just random strangers.
All these things together, right? I was thinking, that's what he's doing. He is doing creative things, crooked things to put this show on for everyone in order to sell all these programs to kids.
You know, my target audience is people my age. So like the oldest, you know, there's a few outliers in a group of guys that are a little bit older, but as a rule of thumb in general, my guys are in their early 20s, same age as me. Oh, wow. Some guys are 2 years older, but it's kind of like the same exact thing.
And something else I noticed too, you know how he was saying criminal shit? Look what he says here. Remember how I told you, you know, people were fucking with my channel. I didn't mention names, you know, but we all know who it was, right? Well, what's funny is the fruit doesn't fall far from the tree with all these guys. They must be all connected together because we all know they think the same way. Because look what this asshole admits that he would do to someone.
But I'm in the world of business, right? To some degree, I'm in the education game on a smaller scale.
Yeah.
So if somebody were making serious, false, defamatory threats against me, if that's even a word, a split second of my mind goes, and how much would it cost to delete this person? Not kill them. Like, how much would it cost to take the channel down? Yeah, 2,000. All right, let's do that. I'm not saying that I've done anything like that, but it's crossed my mind. And I think if I'm in the game of,
We trying to take my shit down, bruh. We trying to take my shit down, bruh.
right, and there's people that make trillions, do they not think the same thing a little bit? Do they not think, oh, Scuff, oh, maybe he had an eye on it, he's got set in the mid, all this stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just giving an idea. I'm just taking it into account.
So like I said earlier, in order for this asshole's plan to work, he has to sell this stream. He has to sell this lifestyle to kids who are easily manipulated. I mean, that shit's not going to work on people who are experiencing life, but think about his target audience and think about them seeing the Russian sharmuta, the penthouse, the cars. They don't want this shit. So what do? They buy his program. In the end, think about it, right? If enough of these assholes buy it, he's going to end up making money. But to me, he's always just going to be that giraffe-looking pubic hair piece of shit.
So the problem with most
I really
men
don't
is
like
they're
this guy.
unsuccessful in thinking they have the world figured out to the T. I speak to so many men. I'm like, bro, you need to tweak this. You need to do that. They're like, Vince, yeah, but you don't understand, bro.
Y'all think before he started recording this video, he told her like, once I hit play, just rub on my shoulders and just keep going the whole time. Make sensual eye contact with the camera. Yeah, come on, let's really sell this aesthetic. Like, do you think they prepped for this shit?
How my mind works, how your mind works does not work. And that's why you don't have results. So you need to drop your ego and switch your mind.
She don't even know what he's saying for real. She just smiling and looking pretty in the back, bro.
Learn from somebody that has the results you want in life.
Literally repeating the same facial expression.
Guys, thanks for watching.
With that being said, if you made it this far, I appreciate you for watching. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe for these channels for the world. I'm out. Love y'all.